More effective this time than the first time. It was a bit too drawn on, a bit too repetitive. Just showed the map just carried on for too long. Now you've got sharp interchanges between it, which makes it a lot more interesting for us all to watch.
Yeah. My favourite editing part was when there were the clips at the party and an overlay with the Twitter page inviting people, and the music at the same time worked with that in particular.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the way that you edited it with the fade-ins and fade-outs made it even creepier.
Yeah, I really like the fading that you've got, where the titles fade over the image, and I really like the way that the Twitter party invite is in the background but stays around for quite a long time, so that you can, you can't see the hashtag at the beginning, but then you see the hashtag be there a bit, and I think that's quite effective. And I really like the way that you've spliced the walking up with the credits. It's really nice.
I would change the knock. It's a bit rigid.
Yeah, I like the crossfades between the map and the party scene.
I think the genre of your film will be a thriller, mainly because there's no blood involved in the scenes at the start, so that's what gave it away to me.
I think it has elements of both thriller and horror. Like I say, it can be very difficult to differentiate, but I'd say maybe thriller because stalking seems to be more of a thriller theme.
Thriller.
Thriller.
Horror?
Crazy stalker horror.
Yeah, I'd love to see the whole film. I've been intrigued from what I've seen so far now. So yeah, I just want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it would, because it did remind me of something like Taken with Liam Neeson, the thriller. So I think it might eventually pan out to be that kind of fast-paced kind of thriller flick.
Yeah, it seems really good. I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
I don't think I would have changed much, to be honest. I think it's quite sharp. There's not much that lets it down, apart from maybe there is a bit too much sound in places.
I would perhaps use a slightly different soundtrack, maybe if you had a closer look at thriller soundtracks in particular. So like I say, it did remind me a little bit of horror, but yeah.
I wouldn't have done much differently because I thought it was good as it is. I don't know. I guess you could have tried to show the thriller aspect a little bit more than what you did. I mean, it didn't. I mean, you don't have too much because it's already good as it is, but just tweak it just a tiny bit.
I think I would possibly have, the bit where I find the first shot of James, where you can see James's name and then him as the actor, that's a contradiction. Does that make sense, where you see the characters and the actor? Other than that, I maybe wanted to see a tiny bit more of the last shot, but I think that's kind of what you guys were aiming for. I really wanted to know who it was behind the door, but then I think that's the whole point of what you're doing.
I don't know.
No, maybe made the sound a bit more dramatic.
I can see everything clearly. I think it's quite clever how they managed to fade out the bits you don't want to see at times. So when they get the tweet up, they kind of fade it in with the image in the background. I think it's really clever.
I can't remember there being any parts where I was at all disorientated because of the image. It was all very clear. Yeah.
I saw everything clearly.
Yeah, you have to, occasionally when you're on the map, you have to look quite carefully at the names. So the bit with Becca Stanway, the RE isn't as clear at the beginning. And you have to concentrate quite hard on the Twitter bit, but I think that's quite effective. Other than that, you can see most of what you're meant to be able to see.
Yeah, you can. Except for the bit where the party... Sorry. Except for the party bit where it's kind of got James's Facebook status and then it's got you dancing and then it's got Charlotte dancing. It's just a bit meshed up.
No, I can see everything clearly.
think I'd give your film 55 out of 60. It's consistent throughout, and I can't see much wrong with it.
Out of 60, I would probably give it somewhere in the region of 50 to 52.
About 55.
45. 50.